Remuneration Commission Act, Cap 412D, and Sections 3 and 5 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, he has nominated the Honorable Engineer Michael Thoya Kingi for appointment as a representative of the Public Service Commission to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. The President now seeks the approval of the nominee by the House pursuant to Article 252B of the Constitution. Honorable members, Standing Order 45 provides that upon receipt of the notification of nomination for appointment, such nomination shall stand committed to the relevant departmental committee for consideration. In this regard, I hereby refer the message from His Excellency the President, together with the curriculum vitae and other testimonials of the nominee, to the Departmental Committee on Labor for consideration. Honorable members, it is important to note that whereas Section 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, requires the committee to which such nomination is referred to consider the matter and table the report to the House within 28 days, Section 711 of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission Act, Cap 412D, provides for a shorter period, being 14 days. In this regard, the committee is expected to undertake the approval hearings and submit its report within the timeline of 14 days as provided by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission Act, Cap 412D. Honorable members, conscious of the fact that the 14th day falls within the period when the House will be on short recess, I direct the counting of the days ceases during the recess period and resumes when the House first sits after recess. To this end, the committee is expected to immediately commence the approval process, notify the nominee and the general public of the time and place for holding the approval hearing. Thereafter, upon conclusion of the approval hearing, the committee should table its report on Tuesday, 4th November 2025, to enable the House to consider the matter within the prescribed statutory timeline. Thank you, honorable members. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Owen, on behalf of Majority Leader, give me a minute to recognize the schools that are present, because they might have to leave earlier than their time. Members on your feet. Okay, I'll give you a minute to get to your seats. Honorable members on your feet, you can make your way to your seats. Honorable members, I wish to recognize the following schools who are seated in the public gallery. Olkiraine Secondary School from Narok South Constituency, Narok County. We also have Christ the King Catholic Parochial from Embakasi East Constituency, Nairobi County. We also have, seated in the public gallery, Ryan Academy from Kamkunji Constituency, Nairobi County. And seated in the Speaker's Gallery, we have Bishop Mohan Teachers Training College from Turkana Central Constituency, Turkana County. We also have, seated in the Speaker's Gallery, the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization from Starehe Constituency, Nairobi County. On behalf of the substantive Speaker and the entire National Assembly, we welcome you to the National Assembly. Thank you. Honorable Owen, you may proceed on behalf of Majority Leader to present your papers.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And on behalf of the members of Parliament, I want to welcome all the guests, the schools, and all the other guests into this honorable house. You're most welcome. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. 1. The Annual Public Debt Management Report for Financial Year 2024-2025 from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. 2. Report to Parliament on all new loans contracted by the government from 1st May 2025 to 31st August 2025 from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. I hope the Honorable Oundo, Dr. Oundo, will look for this document and read it, because I know he's one person who loves reading. Three, annual report of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, for the period ended 30th June 2025. Honorable Speaker, as I lay this paper, I would like to draw the attention of the members to the first two reports, Honorable Speaker, because many times we lay these reports and the members may not actually follow, but these are very important reports. The annual public debt management report, very key report that members of parliament need to acquaint themselves with, and the report to parliament on all new loans contracted by government from 1st May 2025 to 31st August 2025, so that when we contribute to debate, we are well aware of the contents of new loans and public debt, so that you don't go to a TV station and say things that are actually not in the loan book and things that are not in public debt, Honorable Speaker. I beg to lay, Honorable Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Is it?
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Okay. There is statements, request for statements. Who is the first person to go? Let me just see the order paper. Honorable Aden Wario, member for North Hor. Are you ready? Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the persistent conflicts facing constituents of North Hor. Honorable Speaker, since August 2022, the people of Shur, Awaye, Balesbura, Bisik, Sarimo, and Korka communities in North Hor have experienced over 15 attacks by armed militia who reportedly reside in Loyangalani and Lesami sub-counties. These attacks have resulted in injuries, loss of lives, livestock, and destruction of property worth millions. It is disheartening that these increased attacks come at a time when the region has made significant progress in curbing and resolving intercommunal tensions, as illustrated by peaceful coexistence between the Gabra, the Dasnach, and the Borana communities, which have had long-standing conflicts. Such progress has been made possible by inclusive dialogue between leaders and strengthening of traditional conflict resolution mechanisms. The persistent attacks have severely disrupted peace restoration efforts and significantly impacted development and economic activities in the area. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following: a report on the status of investigation into the attacks against the coasts of North Hor, particularly in Shur, Awaye, Balesaru, Bisik, Sarimo, and Korka communities, including the arrests made so far. Secondly, the long-term measures being implemented to restore and sustain long-standing security and peace that root causes of the conflict in the region. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. That will be marked to the chairperson for Administration and Internal Security Committee. Is any of them here? Honorable Russell, when do you anticipate a response?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I come from the area, and I am cognizant of what Honorable Wario there has presented. And as a committee, we'll be able to give response in 2 weeks. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Before we move to the next statement, I know that a few people have asked me when we will have the petition relating to cancer to be read out. I think Honorable Nyikal, I'll put it back at the order paper in a short while when the typing is ready. And I know that some of our guests here, the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization, are here to actually listen to the petition. So it will be coming very soon. Let's proceed to the next statement, request for statement. Honorable John Gahushia.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44 2C, I raise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the unfortunate death of Mr. Simon Waroe while in police custody in Central Police Station, Mombasa County. Honorable Speaker, reports indicate that Mr. Waroe, a 26-year-old Kenyan citizen of ID number 37118817, who went missing on 14th September 2025 in Umoja 1 area of Nairobi County, died under unclear circumstances while being held in police cell in Mombasa. This incident has caused public outrage and raised concern regarding the reasons for transportation of Mr. Simon Waroe from Nairobi to Mombasa and the circumstances leading to his death. There are possible negligence, excessive use of force, or lack of accountability within our policing system. Such incidents undermine public trust in the National Police Service and cast doubt on Kenya's commitment to upholding the rule of law, justice, and the sanctity of life, as guaranteed under Article 26 of the Constitution. It is deeply concerning that individuals placed under police custody for protection and due process of law sometimes end up losing their lives under circumstances that remain unexplained. This not only erodes public confidence, but also raises human rights concerns that should be addressed urgently. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number one, clarification on the circumstances under which Mr. Waroe disappeared from Umoja 1 Estate in Nairobi, reasons for his detention and isolation in police custody. Number two, the official post-mortem findings on his death. Number three, status of investigations launched and the action being taken against officers or agencies involved in the incident. Number four, measures taken by the ministry to ensure greater oversight, transparency, and accountability in the management of police cells and treatment of detainees across the country. And number five, plans in place to guarantee that similar incidences do not recur, including strengthening of internal disciplinary mechanisms and collaboration with the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA. Honorable Speaker, I thank you. I also want to note that Mr. Simon Waroe hails from Mukurweini constituency, and so is an issue of great concern not only to Kenyans, but also people of Mukurweini constituency and Nyeri County and this country at large. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chairperson, Administration and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think what is on the lips of Kenyans is the issue of police brutality and impunity. I think what is not acceptable is people who are in lawful custody dying or being killed. Madam Speaker, will respond to the House in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. The next statement is by the Honorable Cecilia Ngetit, member for Turkana County.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding withheld Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE certificates. Honorable Speaker, It is always the hope of secondary school leavers that after 4 years of hard work and perseverance, they will obtain their KCSE certificates and get the opportunity to realize their dreams. However, thousands of students who sat for KCSE examinations dating back as far as 2013 remain stranded due to withheld KCSE certificates, mainly due to unpaid school fees. This situation has become a major impediment to their plans to continue with their education or pursue employment opportunities, dependent on presentation of the certificates. The most affected school leavers are those from less fortunate families, particularly among the nomadic pastoral communities who complete their secondary education with huge school fees arrears. Honorable Speaker, in response to a growing number of complaints from students and parents who have been denied access to their certificates, the Ministry of Education issued firm instructions to all secondary schools across the country to release all pending KCSE certificates without the condition of clearing unpaid school fees, filed as circular dated 1st April 2025. The Ministry of Education directed all county directors to enforce the order without delay, emphasizing that continued withholding of certificates contravenes the Kenya National Examination Council Act Cap 214A. The directive is part of the government's effort to protect students' rights and ensure that financial difficulties do not block future prospects of students, especially those from poor backgrounds. Regrettably, many Form 4 leavers still continue to be denied their KCSE certificates in spite of the directive by the Ministry of Education. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for the statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1. Measures being taken by the Ministry of Education to ensure that all withheld KCSE certificates are released to the affected secondary school leavers to bring to an end the long-standing problem and enable the Form 4 school leavers to continue their education or pursue employment opportunities. And 2, actions being taken by the Ministry of Education against any school for non-compliance with the ministry's directive on release of withheld KCSE certificates and prohibiting schools from holding back the documents for any reason. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairperson, Education Committee, you seem to be distracted by the majority leader. There's been a statement read out relating to withholding of school certificates.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll bring the response in the next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. The next statement. Yes, what did you like? What's your point of order?
Not really a point of order, Madam Speaker. The only thing I wanted some little emphasis, and as the chair was responding, in the time within which they are going to respond, I wanted to mention 1 or 2 things. Number 1, basically, if you look at how issues of school fees are handled in schools now, in real sense, the school fees is not there. What we have is basically money for food, particularly the lunch programs, more so in the day schools. So the costings that the schools do are more to do with food. If you put capitation aside, because that's exactly the support the government is giving to schools, what is left, the balance that is left is largely for food. Now, the tricky bit of this is, if you order, like the ministry had done, ordering for certificates to be released, these students and their parents didn't pay for food that they ate, and of course food that has applied from local. It's local guys who give vegetables, who give maize and all these things. So this dichotomy, I think it needs to be looked at very seriously. If that is not paid, what are we doing to these local guys who are supplying schools? That is 1. 2, Madam Speaker, if you looked at it in the reverse, what is happening in some schools, immediately this was mentioned, parents are now very slow at paying even the same money for food because the certificates are going to be released. So this thing, I don't know how it's going to be balanced. Yet it is so critical that certificates need to be given out immediately. Students are done with the schools. So as the chair is going to look at this, I want to believe that there's much more that the ministry needs to look at, particularly balancing this kind of dichotomies that are in the place. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Tomorrow we have the Minister of Education here. Maybe they can you can do that as a rider question. But Honorable Meli, that can be discussed at the time when you bring the answer. Honorable Owen?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this matter has been on this House. I actually brought it here to this House, Honorable Speaker, and a decision was made. And this decision was actually approved by this House. And actually there's a circular to that effect, Honorable Speaker. So if this question is asked here, the same thing is asked here, and a statement is demanded, and we again call the Cabinet Secretary again to come and respond on something that has given clear direction. The question is, the Minister of Education is failing to implement its circular. It's about implementation, Honorable Speaker, that we need to deal with. The question that must be asked is, why isn't the Cabinet Secretary implementing a decision? Not why that thing has happened that the honourable member has read.
No, actually, the honourable member for Turkana, Honourable Cecilia Petit, has clearly said that they are acting contrary to the circular. She's even quoted the date of the circular.
So I think
I agree with you.
Yes.
Tomorrow, we are lucky that we have the Minister for Education, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, with us tomorrow. We shall just make sure that Honourable Cecilia has a chance to put that as a rider and ask that question, and we can be able to put it
But
to
Honourable
rest.
Speaker, what we'll get here is just mere rhetoric. And the Cabinet Secretary will explain himself and all that, but the same things will continue to happen. Honourable Speaker, I made a suggestion in this House that we must delink tuition and exam because they're two different bodies. Kenya National Examination Council must have its own process, and these results should be released to students, not to school. Because the schools hold those results because of fees. And I like what Dr. My good friend Ochanda has said there. Yes, kids must pay for meals. But again, what choice has the principal got to pay his debt if this child goes without paying? The only leverage he has is to hold the results.
Yes, I think we shall have occasion to.
When we distinguish between examinations and tuition, Honorable Speaker, we are going to get a panacea. Let me use that word, a religious word, a panacea, to it. Otherwise, it will just be the same vicious circle. Same question being asked, same answer being given, and nothing happens. And we should not be a country that moves that way, Honorable Speaker. We would like to see action on this matter. And Honorable Meli, please ensure it is enforced. Not just to answer, make answers and public utterances. Ensure it is enforced so that kids stop missing university opportunities because of fees.
We'll have a more productive discussion tomorrow as opposed to the speculation we are doing now. But we'll definitely ensure that we give permission to Honorable Cecilia. Let's proceed to the next question. What's your point of order, Honorable Dawood?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with Honorable Mbaya. We should link the NAC with e-citizen where somebody can print out his certificate instead of going to the schools to take the certificates, so that we de-link NAC with the Ministry of Education.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to the next request for statement by Honorable Yusuf Farah, member for Wajir West. Is he here? Oh, there you are.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the status of oil and gas exploration in Wajir County. Honorable Speaker, in 2014, an exploratory oil and gas drilling exercise in Wajir County indicated the presence of significant amount of natural gas deposits, with preliminary estimate requesting a potential of gas resources in Salawan, Bogol area. However, to date, the residents are yet to receive any information on the status on the status of the exploration or development of the resources identified. The affected community remain uncertain on the developments, how the county stands to benefit from the exploration, and the safeguard in place to ensure transparency, environmental protection, and equitable sharing of potential revenues. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1. The status of oil and gas exploration in the county, Wajir County, including appraisal results and any proven reserves. Plan number 2, plans in place to develop oil and gas resources in Wajir County and how the plans fit in the country's energy strategy. Number 3, measures being put in place to ensure the residents benefit from the exploration. And number 4, lastly, long-term plans put in place to ensure environmental safeguards, mitigation strategies to protect the ecosystem and livelihoods of the area residents. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The chairperson for the Departmental Committee on Energy. Are you here? Give him the mic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we will respond in 2 weeks. You give us 2 weeks and then we will respond. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the statement requested by Honorable Fatuma Masito, member for Kwale County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a request for a statement regarding employees and unpaid terminal dues and arrears by Amani Beach Tiwi Resort. It's Amani Tiwi Beach Resort. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labor regarding employees' payment of terminal dues and arrears and unfair labor practices by Amani Tiwi Beach Resort, formerly known as Tiwi Beach Resort. Honorable Speaker, Article 41(1) of the Constitution provides that every person has the right to fair labor practices, which include the right to fair remuneration and the right to reasonable working conditions, among others. Despite of the above stated constitutional safeguards, Amani Beach Resort has allegedly continued to subject their employees to unfair labor practices. The Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels and Educational Institutions and Hospital Workers, KUDEHA workers, Ukunda branch, has severally received complaints by staff of the resort on the violation of workers' rights, disregarding employment laws, unfair termination, and non-implementation of the collective bargaining agreement. Honorable Speaker, the union instituted legal proceedings against the resort in the Employment and Labor Relations Court of Kenya at Mombasa, under case number E032 of 2023. The court held in favor of the union, directing that 133 employees who had been unlawfully terminated be unpaid their terminal dues. Regrettably, to date, Madam Speaker, the affected individuals have not received the payment as ordered by the court, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of Departmental Committee of Labor on the following, Madam Speaker. A comprehensive report on steps taken to ensure that the Amani Tiwi Beach Resort complies with the judgment made on 29 February 2024. 2, the reason behind the continued failure by the hotel to pay the terminal dues and arrears to the affected employees and an indication for when these payments will be made. And 3, the measures put in place to provide appropriate redress and compensation to the affected employees for the unfair treatment and unlawful termination by Amani Tiwi Beach Resort. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Departmental Committee on Labor. Honorable Alice, how long will you take to seek this statement? Give her the mic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Like 5 minutes?
Sorry?
5 minutes? It is a statement.
No, no,
You're
no.
asking?
No, Honorable Masito has requested for a statement from...
after 2 weeks?
Yeah, after 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, it's labor, not social protection, it's labor. Labor is Honorable Chonga. Is Honorable Chonga here? Anyway, Honorable Alice has given an undertaking on your behalf. Okay, Honorable Milema, maybe you can give a most... Yes, Honorable Mboko. You're giving an undertaking on behalf of your committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We undertake on behalf of the Chair, Honorable Chonga, that we seriously concerned with that particular statement, and we shall be giving an answer in the next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. Then lastly, we have a request for a statement by the Honorable Bernard Kitur, member for Nandi Hills. I thought I saw him. Member for Nandi Hills. He seems to have stepped out. Okay, honorable members, as we wait for him, allow me to read, to go back to petitions and read the petition because it's now ready.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I raise understanding order 44-2C. I had requested for a statement on, from the Departmental Committee on Administration and National Security on 4th June 2025 regarding the status of immigration, the scope of immigration services in Wajir International Airport. Madam Speaker, I have not received any answer to date, and I would like you to order the Departmental Committee to furnish me with an answer to my statement. Thank you.
Honorable Russell, I think your committee is talking about a request for a statement that he previously made and he has not received a response. You undertake to bring it in 1 week since it's overdue?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think we will have a tete-a-tete with honorable colleague, but we'll respond in 1 week. Thank you.
Just wait. Honorable members, allow me to reorder the order paper we will go to order number 8, then order number 9, because we just have question to be put, and then thereafter we can go back to petitions and then proceed with the statements that had been requested for. Thank you. So read the order, order number 8. Order number 8 and order number 9.
Order number 8, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Virtual Assets Service Providers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2025, question to be put and third reading.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order. Number 9. Mover to reply. Yeah. Mover move to third reading. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I saw the member, at least 3 members walking out when you're on your feet, led by the Honorable Gudun. So those who are on their feet maybe should watch your movements. When you stand up, they don't walk out also. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2025 be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Naomi Wako to second.
I second. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2025 be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question that the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2025 be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the legal framework to license and regulate the activities of virtual asset service providers and for connected purposes. Order number 9, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Kenya Roads Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2025, question to be put in third reading.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill, number 3, Bill, National Assembly Bill, number 34 of 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover. Honorable Kaluma is not here. Okay.
Honorable Speaker, he had requested me to do this for him. With your indulgence, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill number 3, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2025, be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Dr. Nyikal to second.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Kenya Roads Amendment, Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Kenya Roads Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2025 be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question that the Kenya Roads Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2025 be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say no? Nay. The ayes have it. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to beg your indulgence regarding orders number 10 on Committee of the Whole House on the Privatization Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, that you do indulge me to step down this business for today, because a number of members have approached me, and I believe they have also spoken to you, Honorable Speaker, regarding their need to file amendments, and we wanted to have, or rather allow them up to the close of business today. Anybody who has any further amendments regarding this bill, we allow them this afternoon so that by the close of business today, they can file all the amendments with you for approval, and we may consider this bill at a later date, Honorable Speaker.
Okay,
as
Majority
a
Leader,
House business.
let the clerk just read out the order, read out order number 10, and then the Majority Leader can just conclude on that point. Just the title, yes.
Okay. The title for the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill, a bill for an act of parliament to amend the Kenya Roads Act and for connected purposes.
Okay. Then read out number 10.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Okay, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sorry for that. I think we jumped the gun. Honorable Speaker, I was requesting that you do indulge us. As I had indicated, there are a number of members who have approached me and your office, indicating that they would want to file more amendments on the privatization bill. Therefore, we want to indulge all those members that may want to file amendments to do so by the close of business today, so that we are able to review them and progress with this business at a later time, Honorable Speaker. And I thank you.
You can tell them today, the 7th of October.
Yes,
20,
today,
so that it's clear,
meaning
and the time.
by the close of business today, 7th of October 2025. That being 1900 hours for when the House rises, and you have up to midnight to file your amendments. And after that, as they say, may you forever remain quiet, or until you bring we have another bill touching on that issue. Honorable Speaker,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. I hope that's clear. So let's now go back to petitions. I think we had completed the statements. Yes, I think I will go to petitions. Then we shall come back and continue with statements, because we have guests here from the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization who have actually been here from the beginning to listen to their petition. So allow me to read out their petition when they are still present, then we can go back to our other business. I think it's a considerate thing to do. So read order number 4.
Order number 4, petitions.
Honorable members, Article 119 of the Constitution accords any person the right to petition Parliament to consider any matters within its authority. Further, Standing Order 2252B requires the Speaker to report to the House any petition other than those presented by a member to the House. In this regard, honorable members, I wish to report to the House that my office has received a petition from the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization, KENCO, which represents over 70 civil society groups and thousands of cancer patients in Kenya. Honorable members, the organization is seeking to highlight systemic failures experienced through the Social Health Authority, SHA, and to call for the urgent reforms in the cancer care financing. Various challenges have been encountered by cancer patients through SHA in the following ways: reduced and inadequate cancer benefit packages, bureaucratic delays and system failures, poor communication and lack of transparency, service suspensions due to pending bills, overseas treatment policy changes, underfunding of SHA funds, and emotional and mental strain. The Kenya Network of Cancer Organization further contends that the universal and fair health coverage remains far from a reality for cancer patients. It requires urgent reforms, otherwise cancer patients will continue to experience needless delays, overwhelming costs, and unavoidable deaths. Honorable members, the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization concludes by praying that the National Assembly does the following. 1, ensuring an enhancement of oncology benefits, which was cut from 600,000 per individual under NHIF to 400,000 per household under SHA. 2, commissions an independent audit of SHA funds, reviewing benefit structures, creating reforms for fairness and sustainability in cancer care financing, and ensure adequate allocation of funds to the Primary Health Care Fund and the Emergency, Chronic, and Critical Illnesses Fund. And 3, makes and any other order or direction it deems fit in addressing the plight of the petitioners. Given the nature of the prayer sought by the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization, I hereby commit this matter to the Departmental Committee on Health for consideration, especially as the committee is seized of similar matters. The committee is required to consider the matters contained in the prayers of the organization, conduct an inquiry, and report its findings to the House and to the petitioners. Further, the committee will also be expected to provide policy and legislative interventions to be actualized by the House to bring this matter, which keeps recurring, to a closure. As I conclude, I wish to recognize the presence of 10 officials of the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization seated in the Speaker's Gallery, and may I ask them to rise for the House to recognize them. Thank you. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me first to thank the network, the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations, for that very timely petition. And I must also commend you, Honorable Speaker, for committing that particular petition to the Health Committee, because I think in the Health Committee, the issues that they have raised are very pertinent, and they will be better off addressed by the specific departmental committee other than the Petitions Committee. And I want to request, Honorable Speaker, that even as we consider those, and Honorable Nyikal, the chair of the Health Committee, is here, he'll bear me witness that at least in the recent past we have done well to try and allocate further resources, especially to the Primary Health Care Fund and the Critical and Emergency Illnesses Fund. I think we have almost about 21 billion, but that money is not enough. And therefore we must, as has been petitioned by the petitioners, as a house that allocates funds to SHA, to the Ministry of Health, and to all our health facilities, help Dr. Nyikal and the ministry to be able to allocate more resources, more so to the Critical and Emergencies Fund, because under SHA, Honorable Speaker, under this fund for Critical Illnesses Fund, the treatment of cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and such other critical illnesses fall under this fund. And therefore, irrespective of how much is provided for under the mainstream SHA package, if we have further resources under the Critical Illnesses Fund, these patients and many Kenyans can be able to access further benefits from the fund, Honorable Speaker. And I want to agree with them, Honorable Speaker, the package as it is today, it may look generous, but the cost of cancer treatment is very expensive, not just in this country, Honorable Speaker, but around the world. And therefore, we must, Honorable Speaker, be able to do all that we can to support our cancer patients and ensure that the packages that are benefiting from SHA are also enhanced, probably from the current 400,000 to 600,000, or even more, at least 1 million shillings under SHA. Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the Honorable Chair of this committee, Honorable Nyikal, to work expeditiously to ensure that you do recommend to the ministry and to SHA the levels. And I know Dr. Nyikal, being a medical doctor himself, is very well appraised of these matters. He knows, he has been the director of medical services. He therefore knows how expensive cancer treatment can be, Honorable Speaker. And also being able to ensure that there is standardization of the cost of cancer treatment, Honorable Speaker. Because Honorable Nyikal will tell you also, you will find the cost of treatment of chemo, of radiotherapy in one health facility in the country, in the capital, in Nairobi, is prohibitively expensive as compared probably to a mission hospital out in our rural areas, Honorable Speaker. And it's the same treatment, same drugs, same treatment regime. And the variance, Honorable Speaker, is also something I would also ask the Honorable Nyikal to look at together with his committee, so that we also standardize cancer treatment so that it does not matter where in this country you come from, whether you're in Nairobi or in Marsabit or in Kwale or in Kikuyu, you get the same level of treatment in our health facilities on cancer treatment. And once again, let me thank the organization of cancer organizations for their boldness and diligence to not only speak out there, but to come to where it matters most, and you have brought your petition to the right place, because these members here, not only being your representatives, but also being the people charged with the responsibility of having the power of the purse. They have now your petition. It is in the right hands under Dr. Nyikal, and we will do all it takes to support your petition and support the enhancement of the cancer care facilities around the country. I know the government has committed to building a number of cancer centers around the country, from Kisii to Meru to Nyeri, I think, and many other places, but also to ensure that we allocate more resources towards cancer treatment. And I thank you for your diligence and your boldness. You are great Kenyans, and I thank you.
Honorable Nyikal, maybe you just confirm to them that within the time frame within which you hope to finish looking at their petition.
Thank you, Madam
And also
Speaker.
the assurance that they will have a chance to appear before the committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. May I also thank the Kenya Cancer Network for actually bringing this petition. I'm aware, even before I look at the petitions and from what you have read, that actually there's a discrepancy between the benefit tariff for cancer, the benefit package for cancer and the tariff thereof, and the cost of cancer in the country. The cost of cancer is much higher than the tariff. And so in the shift, they'll get some care, some cover for inpatient, but it runs out. And therefore it is expected that emergency care and critical illness fund should take over. And as the leader of majority was saying, we have actually put about 8 billion, if you leave out the primary care fund, in that fund. And that is something we are looking at. And it also underlines the cost of care in the country generally. That's something we need to look at, where there should be so much discrepancies. And again, it actually fits within the issues of SHA that our committee is now involved in. And so, in my view, it actually gives us a chance to fit in what we are looking into, the issue of cancer and how it can be taken care of, how the primary care can be used to prevent it, and the emergency critical care can be used to support the chief care that is given. So we are seized of this matter, and we are going to look at it, and we will actually report to this House what can be done about cancer and all other issues that relate to SHA in the provision of healthcare in the country. So, in fact, immediately after this, I'll have an audience with them. Some members are actually out at the gate, and we'll address them on the process that this thing will follow within the committee. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Makari, you have a point of order?
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Just to comment on this petition, and let me join my colleagues in appreciating the petitioners for this important petition. But two observations, Honorable Speaker. One of them is I agree with those who are saying we need to up the budget because this is a budget-making house. But more critical, this being a network of cancer organizations, I think it's also need to supplement the government's efforts in terms of encouraging Kenyans to go for screening. Because you know, Honorable Speaker, we say prevention is better than curing. So we need to encourage more Kenyans through the network so that they go for early testing, early screening, so that we can treat this cancer at the early stages. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And in conclusion, I just want to ensure, to assure our guests, the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations, that the matter is now within the departmental committee, and that we remain committed to continue to improve the care that's available. Each of these members have sworn to uphold the Constitution, which includes Article 43, which gives you the right to the best possible medical care attainable. So that is something that the House is committed to. We shall continue to work towards it. Every time a new program comes, sometimes the challenges that are ahead of it are not known until implementation. So we appreciate that you've brought that feedback to the National Assembly and that you have our commitment that we continue to improve. And as many of you will know, that I'm a committed fighter of cancer and held many medical camps in Uasin Gishu County, and in fact have a big cancer walk on the 18th of this month. And you're all welcome to join us. Thank you. All right, now, honorable members, let us go back to statements. And we only had one statement that was requesting for, one request for a statement that was remaining before we go to the responses. There was the statement of the Honorable Bernard Kitur, request for a statement by the Honorable Bernard Kitur. Is he back? Member for Nandi Hills. He's on his way. Honorable Donya, you have a point of order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Because we are still on statements, I remember, Madam Speaker, I've done 3 statements on T-bonuses. Until today, Madam Speaker, I've not yet been given a response by the chairperson of Agriculture. As I was waiting for the response, Madam Speaker, we saw on news the farmers were now paid 10 shillings per kilo, Madam Speaker. When we were making the request for statement, the farmers had been paid 22 shillings, Madam Speaker. Now, I don't know it's because we shouted. I don't know it's because we made a statement, Madam Speaker, because when that statement was made, farmers from Kisii region, from Western, they called and said, at least we have someone who is taking care of our concerns. Now that we didn't get the response, Madam Speaker, and the farmers were paid 10 shillings per kilo, now we are receiving a blame from the farmers that we are the cause of their bonuses coming down by half, Madam Speaker. I'm not even wrong to say, yes, we have different types of workers, Madam Speaker. We have teachers, we have nurses, we have sex workers. Sex workers are even paid better, Madam Speaker, than the T-bonuses that they were giving our farmers. So we want to tell our farmers to stop farming and go do what will give. I'm not, no point of order. I'm still here, Madam Speaker. We are aggrieved on this issue of T-bonuses. There is nothing to be proud about, Madam Speaker, and we need the Minister for Agriculture to come to this House and give us a response on why the tea farmers, especially from Kisii, Kericho, Western, they were paid peanuts. In fact, they were abused, Madam Speaker. I have no better language to express my concerns on what they've done to our tea farmers. I just need that response now, or else I'll not leave this House. Today I'm going to sleep here, Madam Speaker. The chair must answer.
Is the chairperson from the vice chair is here, Honorable Brighton? Let's listen to the vice chairperson. On behalf of the committee, the complaint is very clear. There's been 3 statements that have not been responded to. Give him the mic. Allow him this. He's already on his feet.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Indeed, what Honorable Donya, the concerns of Honorable Donya is genuine. And I also raised a statement over the same. And as an interested party, and the ministry responded to in writing. And I believe the response was also channeled to Honorable Donya. However, we were not satisfied with the response from the ministry, and we had scheduled for a meeting so that we could invite Honorable Donya, and because there were around 3 interested members over the
I think,
same.
Vice Chair, since yourself you're in agreement that you have requested for the statement and you have not received it, there are 3 other members. Honorable Donya said she had 3 other statements. None have been responded to. Maybe the advice is, Honorable Donya, just come up with a substantive question, and then on a Wednesday, the minister can come here and respond to it, because now it's more than 7 questions, 7 requests for statements.
Honorable Speaker, the ministry responded in writing, but the answers were unsatisfactory. And therefore, we had invited them to come to the committee, and we were intending also to call Honorable Donya and 2 other members who had interest in the same. Okay. But it seems things have been overtaken by events. But since this is a contemporary issue, we will still invite the ministry and KTDA, T-Board, and the concerned stakeholders to come and face the committee so that we can be able to address this issue accordingly.
You can summon all the other stakeholders, but we still, Honorable Donya is at liberty to ask for the minister to come and answer on the floor of the House. Honorable Sioi, what is your point of order, Honorable Donya? Okay, let Honorable Donya finish her sentence, then we can proceed.
Madam Speaker, I thank Honorable Yegon. He has said that they replied 3 times and the answers were vague. Now, I wanted to take this matter to court. I think the courts will serve us better than the Minister for Agriculture. So I need lawyers, Madam Speaker. Parliament has enough lawyers. I don't need the Ministry of Agriculture because another lawyer is here, Kaluma, working. So, Madam Speaker, please, I don't want to be engaged by the Ministry of Agriculture, but we do it judicially now, Madam Speaker, so that the farmers can get justice.
Thank you. Honorable Sioi. Honorable Sioi was on her feet. Honorable Sioi had already requested. Honorable Sioi, proceed first. Proceed, Honorable Sioi. Honorable Mbaya, I am the only person who can give you the floor, and I'm giving it to Honorable Sioi. Honorable Sioi, proceed. Honorable Sioi,
thank you.
Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker also stand to support that question because you see, we had already done so well in agriculture and we really need to promote the farmers. And by giving a subsidy on fertilizer was a big win to the farmers. Right now, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, after what has happened, I've just seen farmers uprooting their tea plantations, which is not a very good indicator on the farmers and even in the country. I'm also concerned, I come from Trans Nzoia where we do farm maize, and I know the biggest problem that we are going to have is the prices of maize plantation, of our produce, because right now we are harvesting. I know that we have a very good harvest, but towards the end of the day, Madam Speaker, we are going to have the bad pricing of the maize of our produce, of which, Madam Speaker, we really need to regularize. When it comes to the farmers, now that we have given them subsidy, let us give them the best price so that we promote them and we promote the agriculture sector, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
You know, the Honorable Buyer, if you request respectfully but not stand by force, that is bordering on bullying the Speaker, which I will not allow you to do. So you have to apologize, or else I will not see you. Okay, you may say your point of order in under a minute.
Apologize. I apologize on record, Honorable Speaker.
And I usually know you as a gentleman, so yes. When you heckle, I worry.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Speaker, I apologize for that, but Honorable Speaker, I want to say this. I support Honorable Donya to the extent that tea farmers and coffee farmers, all farmers must be. I also want to grow coffee and tea in Kilifi, and I want better prices. But Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Donya should not cede the authority of this House to the judiciary by saying that now that it has not been answered here, she says she wants to take it to court. Yes, you have a right to do that, and everybody else has. But you cannot cede the authority of the House, Honorable Speaker, to the courts, Honorable Speaker, to say, you know, because this Parliament has not given me a good response, I will go to court. Honorable Speaker, that is not procedural. It is not at all. And actually, you should ask the Honorable Donya to withdraw that statement. That because it has not been answered here, she will go to court. She can do that, but not on the floor of the House, because we're three arms of government, and that principle must be protected by this House, by the courts, and the executive. Other than saying, if it can't be happen here in this chamber on the floor, you say you want to go to court. I want to tutor. I want to use that word, to tutor the Honorable Donya, who is a very good legislator. Please do not make Parliament look weak at any one time, Honorable Speaker. Never make Parliament look weak. Don't make Parliament look weak.
Now, Honorable Bayer, I think she's within her right to say that she wants to take that step. She's perfectly within her constitutional rights. But also, I don't think she's making Parliament weak. The committee and the cabinet secretary, by not responding to her statement, are the ones weakening Parliament. I don't think it's Honorable Donya. She's trying to make Parliament do its work. Honorable Kagusha, then we'll close this and move on. And Honorable Ngeno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think Honorable Mbaya is now developing bad manners by gagging members. Honorable Donya has every right to be able to raise the issue of the payment of tea. Honorable Speaker, I also noticed for sure that from the government reports and statistics that we have seen, the tea earnings in the last year increased from 185 billion to 215 billion. Now, it is very surprising and shocking that even after the tea earnings have increased from 185 billion to 215 billion, the farmers this year have received less bonus. Honorable Speaker, it will be very important for us to understand, where did the difference go? Where did the increase go? Why didn't this increase get to the farmers' pocket? Yet we are supposed to be increasing the farmers' pocket. And Honorable Speaker, I truly and fully support that Honorable Donya's question be answered without any hesitation, so that we can be able to get a way forward on this matter. Because it seems there are some people who are taking advantage of farmers, and it seems like our leader here could have some idea of what is happening. Honorable Speaker, I suggest next time the Honorable Mbaya should understand when we are discussing issues to do with fish, not when we are discussing issues to do with coffee and tea. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Ngeno, let's put you have under a minute, Honorable Ngeno, under a minute. Then I'll come to, yes.
Madam Speaker, I don't know if members really understand the gravity of this matter of tea. Madam Speaker, when these bonuses were announced, I think a week or 2 weeks or a month ago, there has been a lot of anxiety, especially from farmers from southern part of Rift Valley, and especially what they categorize as the western side. Madam Speaker, if you look at tea, if you look at the bonus for farmers in Nyamira, Kisii, Bomet, Kericho, Narok, Nandi, it is very devastating. Even most of the farmers, as we speak now, Madam Speaker, are uprooting their tea. Most of the farmers have stopped even vehicles which normally go to collect tea. And some of them are declaring that there is no more picking of tea, there is no more selling of tea until this matter is settled. Madam Speaker, I don't think the summoning of the CS is enough. I think this House should take a very serious step to form either an ad hoc committee or something that can really relook into this matter of bonus, Madam Speaker, because our farmers are suffering. And people are wondering, there has been so many comparisons. People are comparing the price of one egg to the price of 1 kilo of tea. People are comparing now the sex workers as vis-a-vis, Madam Speaker, this matter is so grave. I don't know how we are going to take it seriously. And Vice Chair, I don't know, the Vice Chair is one of the victims. He's one of those victims who is also suffering. I think it is time you request this House, Madam Speaker, to form a committee, a special committee that would look into this matter. Because when you listen to Mheshimiwa Kagusha, he's saying the bonus came at around, it rose from 170-something billion, 185 billion to 215 billion. Madam Speaker, this should have been, it can't be possible that now at this age and era, farmers are earning as low as 10 shillings per kilo. And yet, picking that tea is more expensive. And even transporting it to the, you know, Madam Speaker, I think we need to sit as a house and rethink on what we can do to settle this tea matter once and for all. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Is it Honorable Sige? My eyesight fails me. Next to Honorable Brighton. Honorable Brighton, the member next to you. Yes, Sige. Yes, I said Sige, but I wasn't sure because my eyes.
Honorable Speaker, I want to stand here as a member of parliament from Sotik, and I want to support Honorable Ndonya. Honorable Baya does not understand what it means to be a tea farmer and to suffer. Madam Speaker, the Vice Chair, who was leading a statement here, is one of the most affected. We share one factory, Magogo Shek, which was paid 12 shillings. Madam Speaker, the pain and suffering of our farmers. My farmers take Sotik, Kapkatet, and Boito. And Madam Speaker, people are suffering in our region. There must be something to be done. I'm a farmer, Madam Speaker, and I feel bad about what's happening. Imagine the difference between bonus, even the little we are given, 12 shillings, and then in Central Province they are given 60 shillings. Madam Speaker, are we living in the same country? Are we serving these people of this country? The farmers who suffer, the tea farmer who goes out and goes to a buying center from 7 in the evening up to midnight. Then you pay 12 shillings. What an agency. KTDA, Madam Speaker, must be dismantled. They are not an agency anymore because we are really suffering and something must be done. And when you hear Honorable Ndonya talking about going to court, it's not because he likes it. Because our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. Madam Speaker, something must be done by the government. Because we cannot continue like this. Our people are suffering. We represent them. And we must do something. So I support that we form a kind of an ad hoc committee to address this issue. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, before we proceed, I know I'll allow members to talk about this. Honorable Maungu, I know I saw your... Honorable Dixon Maungu, you had asked to speak, but allow me to recognize our guests who are here before, then I'll give you an opportunity. Honorable members, I wish to introduce to you a delegation of the following senior citizens from Turbo constituency who are seated in the Speaker's gallery. Mr. Samuel Kimeto Kiprugut, Mrs. Magdalene Rugut, and Mr. Julius Ngetich. And I want you to give them a round of applause. These are the parents of our First Lady, Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, and they also vote for me. More reason why you should clap for them. And they also vote for their member of parliament is the Honorable Janet Sitiene, who arranged for their travel here. You're welcome to the Houses of Parliament. Karibuni. Okay, Maungu, did you still want to say something?
Speaker.
What's your point of order?
I've not said anything.
Honorable Kangogo, let me just allow him go with his point of order. It better be relevant.
Madam Speaker, what we are ventilating in is what the Honorable Donya has just raised, that there was a statement she raised and the answers given were not satisfactory. So, Madam Speaker, even if there were some members who wanted to joyride on that point, it's just maybe 2 or 3. Otherwise, there is no debate about tea in the floor of the House. We are digressing too much from our order paper.
I think as representatives of the people who deal with anything that concerns the people, it's important for the public to know that we are concerned and that members have raised concern, or else we look like we are not empathizing at all with their plight. Yeah, but let's keep it brief in under a minute, Honorable Maungu. And then I think we have 2 more people, and then we shall. I'll allow the Chair Agriculture to say something, and then we can close.
Thank you,
Proceed.
Speaker. Mine was just to bring to your attention an act that I meant was not parliamentary. My sister, Honorable Donya, were trying to articulate an issue which was very right, moved to the dispatch table, and actually threw a bottle of water towards Mheshimiwa Mbaya, which targeting his head. Madam Speaker, that almost...
Honorable Maungu, you are
killed.
crying more than the bereaved.
Madam
It is
Speaker,
Honorable Baya who's bereaved.
had it been that Baya had said it to
And he has
Honorable
not
Donya,
said anything.
he could have been... He was intimidated, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, are you protecting the female gender against the male gender? Because I felt that was an affront to the male gender in the House.
He will speak for himself. He's always very articulate and very loud. So if he has not spoken, he has decided to hold his peace. And neither did the Sergeant at Arms notice. So I think we shall proceed. Yes, proceed. Mm-hmm. Yes. Where is the... Put it.
I'm on the floor.
Yes. No, your last, Honorable Mutunga. Mm-hmm.
Speaker. Oh. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to join the members of the tea growing areas in sympathizing with these very, very grave payment that came out, Madam Speaker. And I want to congratulate the Honorable Donya for being a true people's representative. The people of Kisii, the people of Kericho, where tea is grown, deserve that their issues must be addressed. And Madam Speaker, I think I want to support the line of the forming of an ad hoc committee of Parliament to investigate, Madam Speaker, the whole tea chain from the farm up to the tea auction in Mombasa, because there are cartels who have gone back to the tea sector and they are killing this sector, Madam Speaker. And I'm requesting you, Madam Speaker, to allow the formation of an ad hoc committee that will look thoroughly into the issues and bring them to the floor of this House for the purpose of the people of Kenya and to give hope to the farmers, to the tea farmers of this country. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Honorable Wango, you had a point of order, now you have moved away from your desk. Maybe I can give Honorable Mutunga a chance. Did you... Honorable Dorothy, I'll give you, please briefly under 1 minute, and then Honorable Mutunga can... I think she'll be able to speak for you. You're from the same region.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to say kudos to Madam Doris Donya for bringing this very, very important statement, petition in this House. Honorable Speaker, this matter is a matter of national importance. Honorable Speaker, the tea growing areas, Meru being one of them, farmers there are not only crying, but they don't even know how they will repay the money that they had borrowed to take care of their tea farms. Honorable Speaker, I want to join the members who have said let us have an ad hoc committee that will investigate this matter and investigate it thoroughly until we put it to rest, Honorable Speaker. From the farmer to the tea factories up to the auction, where did the money of farmers go? Honorable Speaker, we cannot sit here
Honorable
and rest
Brighton, switch off your mic.
Destroying, Honorable Speaker, destroying the good work that our government is doing. Subsidized fertilizer is already with the farmers, and then somewhere along the way, farmers don't get value and returns for their sweat. Honorable Speaker, it's very sad, and I want to join the other members by saying, let us do thorough investigation, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Dawood, you're the last one I'll allow to speak on this topic. Make it under a minute. But
Yeah,
Honorable
Madam
Members
Speaker,
and Honorable Boy,
Madam
the reason why I allowed it is because at the moment I know many tea farmers who are bordering on suicide, in depression and hospitalized because they've suddenly lost all their life savings.
Madam Speaker, point of order was for Ambassador Segei when he said the central region is getting the most, but he should know even the area in Meru, there are tea factories which are getting even 25 shillings. So he should not balkanize us as central getting more than anywhere else. We get 50, we get 25. There is a disparity everywhere. So please, I ask you, Madam Speaker, to ask Honorable Segei to withdraw the remarks he made regarding Central getting more.
Okay, Honorable Mutunga, what's your point of order, Honorable Kaluma and Honorable Wangwe? Honorable Wangwe was the one to go first. What's your point of order?
Honorable
Kaluma,
Speaker,
okay.
there is a difference between Central Kenya, Eastern region, and Mount Kenya region. My brother is talking about Central Kenya, and yet he's talking of Meru, which is in Eastern region. The debate was about
corrected.
Central Kenya. Meru is in Mount Kenya region, but not Central Kenya. The provinces as arranged initially does not include Meru. Meru is in Eastern, Upper Eastern.
Okay, Honorable Mutunga, let me allow you to put closure to this.
Yeah, thank you.
Make it brief.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, to my very respected friend, Honorable Kaluma. Honorable Kaluma, it is important for you to know that the center of Kenya is Isiolo, and Isiolo is actually next to Meru. It is the center of Kenya. That's if you look at Kenya from all corners. Honorable Speaker, yes, he did. Honorable Donya did ask the question, and it was answered. She and many of us felt it was not sufficient, and then we requested for a further exploration of the answer. Honorable Speaker, the answer has still not satisfied most of us here. Tea has grown in 19 counties in this country, Honorable Speaker. And as we speak here, we should speak hope to the farmers of this country. Honorable Speaker, it takes about 3 years for somebody to start picking tea, and about 7 years for someone to optimally benefit from a tea bush. When we watch as farmers uproot tea up to the roots and not just cut at the surface, Honorable Speaker, we need to speak hope to our farmers because all is not lost. Honorable Speaker, one or two of us are saying that we should do away with the KTDA. I have absolutely no linkage with KTDA. I want to pronounce myself Honorable Speaker. But Honorable Speaker, let me tell you something. Let me tell this House something. Honorable Speaker, KTDA is lauded as the best smallholder tea management firm in the world. It is quoted in the East, it is quoted in the North, it is quoted in the South. So we should not destroy our best, really. We should explore what is the problem. Honorable Speaker, in coffee, we had problems. And we formed a coffee caucus. I would urge the members in this House to come out strongly. We form a tea caucus that will look at the issues that are affecting the tea pricing in different parts of this country. I think, Honorable Speaker, that's the best approach because our caucus won't be lifelong. It will not be a one-off activity. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. I think now we'll continue with our statements. And we had the statement. This is the third and last time I'm calling out for the request for statement by the Honorable Bernard Kitur.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions.
No, first apologize.
I sincerely apologize, Madam Speaker. I had stepped out and I didn't know it was coming that fast. Sincere apologies for the same. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the expansion of the Eldoret-Shamahoho Road. Honorable Speaker, the Eldoret-Shamahoho Road is a major transport corridor which links Eldoret to Kisumu and serves as a key route for the movement of goods and passengers between the North Rift and Western regions. The road designed in the late 1960s is no longer able to cater for the volume of traffic between the two regions. This has led to frequent congestion and has been reportedly linked to the rise in road accidents, some of which have resulted in fatalities. The Eldoret-Shemahogo Road is important for trade, transport, and regional connectivity, and it is imperative that the Ministry of Roads and Transport enhances its capacity and safety of the motorists. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. Number one, immediate measures that the ministry has taken to ensure that Eldoret-Shemahogo Road can adequately handle the increasing traffic volumes. And secondly, expected timelines for expanding the Eldoret-Shemahogo Road to support the fast-growing volume of traffic. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The member for the chairperson for transport and infrastructure, are you here? I can see you, Honorable GK. When will you respond to the issue of the Eldoret-Shemahogo Road? How long?
In 2 weeks, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, thank you. We shall move to the statements that have been, we still have two other statements which are not on the order paper but had been approved. The statement by Honorable Alice Nganga on Nyota, and then a statement by the Honorable Rueda of Lamu. Proceed, Honorable Nganga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of standing orders for 44.2D, I wish to make a statement appraising this Honorable House on the launch of the National Youth Opportunities Toward Advancement Nyota project. Honorable Speaker, His Excellency the President, having determined that the youth are the future of this great nation, has launched the second phase of the National Youth Opportunities Toward Advancement Nyota project. This initiative stems from the President's desire to empower the youths of this country through various approaches, including supporting of startups and other ventures. Having noted that the first phase of the program had not reached the intended youth in the grassroots and village across the country, the President launched the second phase last Friday on 3rd October and further directed that Nyota be rolled out yesterday in all 47 counties. The President's objective in the second phase is to reach vulnerable youth from remote areas and ensure equity is achieved through all areas being represented. Honorable Speaker, Nyota is a 5-year Government of Kenya initiative financed by the World Bank Group, which is expected to have invested a total of 5 billion shillings during the 5 years of funding. It seeks to enhance youth employability, employment opportunity, and saving culture among vulnerable and unemployed youth across the country. The project is coordinated by the State Department of Youth Affairs and the Creative Economy and implemented through a multi-agency framework involving the National Industrial Training Authority, the National Employment Authority, the Micro and Small Enterprise Authority, the National Social Security Fund, and the State Department for Labor and Skills Development. Honorable Speaker, Nyota aligns with Vision 2030, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda better, and the National Youth Development Policy, positioning youth as the drivers of economic transformation. Nyota project targets 820,000 vulnerable unemployed youth aged between 18 and 29 years and up to 35 years of persons with disability with Form 4 education and below. Nyota overall goals are to address youth unemployment and underemployment, expand income-generating opportunities, foster savings and entrepreneurship, and building long-term economic resilience through youth-led growth. Nyota project will be delivered through 4 integrated interventions. These include improving youth employability, also business enterprise support, youth saving support, and also support for employment system and digital empowerment. Honorable Speaker, Nyota will also undertake the master craftsmen onboarding and mobilization. Here, a nationwide master craftsmen onboarding exercise will take place from 6th to 17th October 2025. This program aims to identify skilled artisans across all counties, facilitate youth transition to employment, post-apprenticeship, and apprenticeship. Given the most Nyota beneficiary will work in the informal sector, master craftsmen are critical in linking training with employment. Honorable Speaker, following the directive by the President, the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sport will conduct a second countrywide youth intake from 6 to 12 of October 2025 to reach vulnerable youth from remote areas and balance county representation. The following are the targets per intervention. Under the on-the-job experience, 62 youths per ward are also to be enrolled. Under the business support, 70 youth per ward are to be enrolled. Under the recognition of prior running, 130 youth per county are to be enrolled. We urge the youth of this county to take advantage of 6 days window to enroll and to be on board with the project, which is the opportunity of a lifetime. To apply, youth ought to dial *254# and select Nyota. The President has adopted a whole-of-government approach and directed that all principal secretaries to spearhead the nationwide grassroots leaders sensitization program of the project in all 47 counties that began yesterday. He has also, in addition, sought the involvement of all leaders from executive, legislatures, and the county government to be engaged and involved in mobilization of the youth and other stakeholders in order to ensure smooth delivery of the project and its successful implementation, to give sufficient chance to every young person to benefit from the project. In the conclusion, I wish to state that the Nyota project is a flagship presidential directive and a cornerstone of government commitment to addressing youth unemployment and promoting inclusive economic growth. With the support of this House, we can empower our young people with the skills, opportunity, and financial tools they need to transform their lives and contribute meaningfully to the national development. Your goodwill and support in the mobilization will be critical to ensuring its success and sustainability. I therefore wish to conclude by appealing to honorable members to mobilize and link up master craftsmen in their respective constituencies with the sub-county youth development officers and in reaching out to the youth targeted at the ward level and county level in support of the noble exercise. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much.
Very well. Order, honorable members. Could we have order in the House? There's this meeting up here, just in front of the clerks. Could that meeting end? Order, members. Is this a Kiwopa meeting? Please dissolve that meeting, please. Now, the statement generally given by the chairperson of social protection should be of great interest to you, honorable members, because the Nyota project is in your constituencies. And I know there are honorable members who even don't know who are benefiting and who are not benefiting, and the proper choice of who. So let me allow some 2 reactions to this one, and this should interest you. Let me give the first chance to the honorable member because the first one there. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to contribute to and also congratulate the chairperson on the social protection, Honorable Aris Nganga, for that statement, and also making sure that we are able to start implementing the Nyota program that the government has initiated, especially to benefit the young children, the youth from our constituency in every ward. that there are supposed to be 70 beneficiaries who are supposed to receive about 50,000 shillings per youth to help them and to facilitate them to continue in terms of making sure that their businesses, that their business enabled, to facilitate them, to make sure that they are able to procure and support their businesses, Honorable Speaker. For a long time, the government has been in support of many many programs that are in one way or the other associated with the young people, Mr. Speaker. The government have been accused for not supporting the young people. And we want to call upon all the young people within the Republic of Kenya, wherever they are, especially in my constituency, in my 5 wards, that this money is there to be grabbed, especially in small businesses. Those people, those young people who are doing small businesses within the constituency, within the ward, those people who are doing art and craft, those people who are doing farming, the young people who are doing even agri-businesses, this is their opportunity to grab and run away with it. And Mr. Speaker, many people are saying that 50,000 shillings is something small. But we want to tell them, even with 5,000 shillings, even with 1,000 shillings, it can completely change a lifestyle of a young person within the constituency, as long as he or she knows what she's doing, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, we call upon the young people within the Republic. The money has been released, and we tell them this is their time now to grab this opportunity so that they can support their businesses. I support, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Maungu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to join my colleagues in recognizing that the Nyota program is indeed a very creative and a very enabling kind of program. However, Mr. Speaker, we have a few challenges with regard to how these recruitments are done. Mr. Speaker, it is said that we need to have about 70 young people in every ward. The question is, how are these young people being identified? Recently, we had officials from Nairobi who came down at the constituency level to train these people, Mr. Speaker, so that they could be able to be trained and be empowered. But you find even identifying these people itself was a challenge, Mr. Speaker, because some of them did apply right, but they are based in Nairobi here, not based at home. So you find that even identifying them so that they can be able to attend the program was a challenge. Mr. Speaker, it will be good that members of parliament are also involved in this program so that we can be able to identify, we can also be able to help them, whip and encourage these young people who are entrepreneurial in nature to actually be able to access these funds, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, my only concern is how these young people are being identified, how these young people, Mr. Speaker, are being recruited so that this program can indeed help them, Mr. Speaker, because I believe and know that if these young people are empowered that amount of 50,000, it will go a long way in having them be able to do whatever kind of business they so desire, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, thank you.
Mr. Speaker, you have given
Very well, the Honorable JK.
Mr. Speaker, I must thank you. I must thank you even for prompting members to come to their attention to listen into what the Honorable Alice Waboi is saying to Parliament today. And Mr. Speaker, there is a saying that says that we never inherit the world from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. And the children we are talking about young people at a time of great turmoil, at a time of great disruption, at a time when we are even having this conversation about a generation that is being called the Gen Zs. And Mr. Speaker, we may never blame our youth about some of the things that we see if we ourselves are not stepping up to the plate and offering the opportunities that are available to our people. So, Mr. Speaker, this Nyota program, 5 billion Kenya shillings of it, that is to be absorbed by our young people, is in itself a great initiative. And the call I would have here, Mr. Speaker, is for every leader to go back to their villages and mobilize these young people and let them know that if you're between 18 years and 29 years, here is a great opportunity for a very underserved population, even among the youth, Mr. Speaker. Because we have some youth who are elite, who have been graduated from university, who have graduated from colleges, but this one is specific to Form 4 leavers who may not have benefited from any other program within government. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I must thank the President for tidying up funding within the youth space. Mr. Speaker, there has been so many efforts seeking to alleviate the problems that young people are facing. I am seeing, Mr. Speaker, that if we as leadership are going to take these Nyota as seriously as we should, we are going to have an affordable housing moment, a SHA moment, just as we had affordable housing moment with the housing, just as we had a SHA moment with health. This time around, Mr. Speaker, we have a great moment on funding that is available to young people, on training on skills, on job development, and even recognition of prior learning for those who are not satisfied. So to the people in the Goreti South constituency, if you're between 18 and 29, if you are a person with disability, you're being called upon to step up to the plate, *254#. Please register to this thing. And I must thank Honorable Alice Wamboi for bringing this to the House. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The two members, I'll give a chance, make it very short. It's not the main business we have. But before then, allow me to acknowledge in the presence in the gallery the following schools: Ewangan Primary School, Kajiado East, Kajiado County, and then Ewangan Junior Secondary from Kajiado East, Kajiado County. Let me call upon the Honorable Member, Kakuta Mamai, just to welcome these students. He's in the house. Please give Mamai the mic.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to welcome our students from my constituency to the House of Parliament. I would like to encourage our students. Welcome to this Supreme House here. We are very grateful to have you here, and I'm very happy that our teachers were able to bring these students and expose them to our city, Nairobi, as well as to the National Assembly. These students come from very, very remote villages in my constituency, and I like to encourage them to study very hard because the sky is the limit, and if they study very hard, it is possible to also eventually have one of them here. So I like to say welcome, karibuni sana, study hard. As your MP, I will continue to work very hard to make sure that you have good infrastructure and a conducive learning environment that will make you leaders for tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Undo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me also allow me to make a comment on the Nyota program. Honorable Speaker, our youths in this country who didn't have ability to go to universities and premier colleges, and those who are disposed towards entrepreneurship and business have been routinely left out. Uwezo Fund has been good, Youth Enterprise Fund has been good, but any addition that enables them to acquire skills, give them entrepreneurship training, and enables them to make good in business and entrepreneurship should be a welcome process. Honorable Speaker, the challenge with Nyota, and Honorable Speaker, let's be very factual to the people of Kenya. This program was rolled out in May, and boys and girls registered through Safaricom. Because of corruption of the data, the process being repeated, the mistake is happening again. We are going through the same service provider without having an alternative, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I can tell you, for example, they came for training. The ones they found in Funyula, 70% of those who came for the training were not boys and girls from Funyula constituency. Because when they were asked to fill where they come from, anybody from anywhere would fill. Quite a number of those who were supposed to attend did not come because when they were called, some said they were in Mombasa, some in Lunga, some in Nairobi. So it defeats the process of identifying local boys and girls under the age of between 18 and 29. I urge again, whichever state department is given this responsibility, to rethink clearly, because whoever indicates on Safaricom that comes from a particular area might not necessarily come from a particular area. We therefore urge that the government relooks at the entire process of identifying these young people so that we can only benefit the locals at the local level. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Hillary, and I think this may be the last one because that's not the main business today. And all the honorable members, order. In fact, be reminded that it's me who propped out members to get note of Nyota. They were not. So please treat me with a lot of kindness. Proceed, Honorable Hillary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are treating you with a lot of kindness. And this matter is a very serious matter of national importance. Mr. Speaker, since we got elected, the idea of our impatient youth have been always a cry for them to be given an opportunity to do business. Now, this idea, Mr. Speaker, has provided itself perfectly through this World Bank-sponsored project of Nyota. Mr. Speaker, the constituency where I come from has 4 wards. And in every ward, Mr. Speaker, 75 youth are supposed to get this support, business support of 50,000. Meaning that 300 youth will get a whooping 15 million, Mr. Speaker, to do startups or to expand existing businesses. So, Mr. Speaker, this is an online application that knows your identity card and the ward you come from and the constituency you come from, immediately you enter. The business of members of parliament, Mr. Speaker, is to mobilize our youth to register within that age bracket and to answer simple guiding questions. After star 254, they go to the Nyota option on number 4, Mr. Speaker, and it guides them on where to go. And this is a project that is estimated to last for 5 years at a cost of 20 billion, Mr. Speaker. All we are asking the provider and the World Bank, Mr. Speaker, is to now start using local consultants. The World Bank is being unfair to our local consultants, Mr. Speaker, in this project. It approves very fast foreign consultants and takes a lot of time, between 7 to 11 months, to onboard local consultants. And these are the local consultants who are supposed to be available in every part of the constituencies and every part of the country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I ask the young people of Kipkelion West to register today and enroll, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, I'll give a few more, but make it very brief, just 1.5 minutes. Honorable Mayaka, be very brief.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity so that I can also add my support to this Nyota program. Honorable Speaker, the first thing that I really want to encourage the youth of this country to do is the fact that you're using a USSD code, so it makes the process very easy. But also, there are 3 very important aspects of this program. There is the program for 70,000 youths who are going to be trained on job experience. There is the one for 100,000 youths who can get access to 50,000 for businesses. And then there is a program for 600,000 youth to be trained on how to use AGPO and the procurement process. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I just want to encourage the young people of Nyamira County and the whole country at large to take advantage and access these services as soon as they can be able to, because in this time and age where there are no jobs available, we want to encourage the young people to also own their own businesses and become their own employers and to be able to have their own projects to work out there. So with those few remarks, I do support this program. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Member. Yes, let him proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to echo and also thank the President for coming up with this Nyota program, where at least the youth of this country will get an opportunity to do business. Honorable Speaker, this program covers youth from between 19 and 35 years. And I'm excited because yesterday we had a program. Most of the times, Honorable Speaker, the youth always say we don't have capital, but this is a chance. You start small as you grow your business. So I want to urge all the youth out there, especially in Mgwen constituency, where they had registered close to 1,700. Just register. You have an opportunity between now and 12th of this month. You register through that Nyota program, and you answer simple questions on the aptitude test. When you a beneficiary. Finally, I thank the ministry for coming and using the technology. Right now, in this digital space, we need to use technology, get those data correctly so that we can choose the correct people who will qualify for it. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Bissau, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. The intention for Nyota is very good, but the process, the implementation from the selection, as much as you are using the USSD, that is correct. But what is very critical is to ensure also that the grassroots leaders, the people's representatives, are involved. And here we are looking at the MCAs, we are looking at the Member of Parliament, so that yes, we can have it successfully implemented. And to sum it up all, yes, the government is doing what is correct by supporting our youth. And despite the good intention, we have to ensure that the entire cycle is well articulated and well maintained through the local leadership. And I also want to encourage the youths in Trans Nzoia to go ahead and register. I know the process took place 2 days ago with no involvement of the local leaders, but I think now that the issue had been opened up, we encourage them to ensure that they get out in good numbers and ensure that actually they apply so that they can get capital to do their businesses. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Basil, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to join my friends to actually support this initiative. The Nyota program is one of the best programs, particularly when it comes to city capital, to the young people all over the country. Mr. Speaker, we need to align this Nyota program with the TVET so that those who are trained from TVET can actually use the money to apply the skills acquired in TVET institutions, Mr. Speaker. I also want to take this particular moment to encourage youth from Yata constituency to register. And considering that I have Wi-Fi hotspots in my constituency, this is a good moment for the youth in my constituency to use this particular opportunity to apply for Nyota money. Mr. Speaker, the only concern I have is actually the criteria used to select beneficiaries. We need to make it as explicit as possible and sensitize as many youths as possible so that they can benefit from this great initiative that is going to build the resilience of so many youth who are grappling with unemployment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Engineer.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I'll be very brief on this matter. Honorable Speaker, I want to encourage the youth that this money or this fund can really help them. But one thing I want to encourage them is that it's good to be very honest, because you remember the ASLA fund issue, what really happened. Most of the people who applied, the young ones, they never refunded the money. Most of them went underground. And you see now, they will not have an opportunity to apply for this, to benefit from this Nyota fund, because you have seen it is clear that if you really applied for the ASLA fund and you never refunded the same, it means you will not benefit from this fund. So, Honorable Speaker, I don't know how we are going to handle the matter so that at least even those who at least benefited from 500 bob, they can refund the same so that they can benefit from this fund. That is 50,000. Honorable Speaker, the same problem has also affected our waste fund. Most of the groups which benefited from this fund, especially around 8 years ago, before some of us came to the seat, most of them unwound the groups and they never refunded the same. So you find we have a lot of problem getting the revolving fund moving forward. So, Honorable Speaker, I would wish the young generation to be also very positive on these funds and make sure that they are also disciplined when it comes to funding, refunding
Very well,
the same.
Engineer,
Thank you.
You've made your point. Chair Housing? As we conclude, and finally, Mill is the last one to speak on this, and we'll rest the matter.
Thank you,
We
Speaker.
move to the next
Also-
order.
I also wish to
I've
weigh in
given
on this.
sufficient time for members. Proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. I would also wish to weigh in on this particular matter, Speaker, knowing even very well that we have passed that age limit of youth. But we normally carry along our youths in our constituencies, Mr. Speaker. And sometimes the biggest problem that we have in our constituencies, in our villages, in our counties, is a question of unemployment, and especially unemployment to youths who never finished university, who never went to colleges, where the only opportunity they have is either to be recruited to the police, KDF, prisons, etc., Mr. Speaker, and you know how limited those opportunities are. This program, Mr. Speaker, comes in a long way to assist our youths who are unemployed, our youths who are within that average age, and those are the most vibrant youths, Mr. Speaker. And we have tried so many things in this country, Mr. Speaker. We have tried WESO, we've tried even the empowerment that is ongoing currently, and so many others. But I think this one is the most supreme. We have even tried the Hustler Fund, Mr. Speaker, where most of the people sometimes when they get that money, they throw away the SIM card and disappear with the money. But I think this one will go a long way because it is a good substantive amount of money that will help our youth to join business, to do business, and prosper in life, Mr. Speaker. I support in totality.
Lastly,
and we ask our
Honorable
youth
Millie.
to enroll.
Allow me to close it there. As a moderator, I think we have given it enough time.
Thank you,
Proceed,
Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, may I take this opportunity to add my voice in appreciating that program as a very good program. Mr. Speaker, I'd actually initiated a similar program in my constituency called My Time, which is called the Mbita Youth Training, Innovation, Mentorship, and Entrepreneurship Program. The only difference is Nyota has more money than I do have. And so it will actually go a long way in achieving the objectives that I had for my youth. Mr. Speaker, one of the things I like about it is the component of training of young people and acknowledging the fact, Mr. Speaker, that we have very many young people who have finished their high school, and some even have gone up to university, and do not have jobs. So for a lot of the young people, in the past we have relied on formal employment, but we must learn that now the way the economy is going, that we'll be relying a lot more on self-employment by the youth. I think one of the things that this program needs to really focus on very strongly is the issue of monitoring, so that there is so that the youth can get back, not only get back because, again, it's a grant, but that the money is not wasted. 50,000 may sound very little to some of us, but to a young person, 50,000 is a lot of money. And if it is not used very well, my deputy here is telling me there will be, some of them will use it on Jabba. And I wrote yesterday that there is a song in the Luo community, Jatum Chamo Jabba Nendo. The musician swallows Jabba and sleeps. There's a musician who is crying, the wife has left him, and the only thing he can take is Jabba. Mr. Speaker, if we don't train our youth so that they know that this is their future, then it might go the same way that the other funds have gone. How I wish that the other funds could be consolidated, other initiatives could be consolidated into this, especially the ones that affect the youth. And how I wish, too, that would give priority to young women, because there's a presumption that when you say youth, that youth is male. We don't usually think that there are youth that are also women. But also I wish that we could do something similar again for women, so that it's not only loans, but that we also enhance the grant for our women, because a lot of times people struggle between whether you should be giving, if you have money for
business and you have a child who is at home who is not able to go to school, do you pay the school fees or do you do business? But otherwise, this is a really good initiative, and I thank Honorable Alice, who is also my classmate in Daystar University. So we've become young at heart again. We are doing very well, doing our PhD in leadership and governance, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, and I do support this initiative.
We go back to statements, and the last one is from the Honorable Wader.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 43.1, I rise to make a general statement on a perceived imbalance in the treatment of Lamu East constituency, which for far long has been left out of the national picture. Lamu East remains relegated to the margins, denied visibility, opportunities, and even the basic presence of State Department, while the neighboring Lamu West continue to receive preferential share of official visit, parliamentary delegation, and government services. Honorable Speaker, this sustained negligence is not just a matter of oversight. It is a point at a deeper failure to uphold the principle of equity enshrined in our Constitution. Of a greater concern is that even committee of this House time and again preferred to undertake its activity in Lamu West, leaving Lamu East, leaving out Lamu East. In addition, all state departments and government offices are stationed in Lamu West, excluding residents of Lamu East from direct access to any government services and development opportunities. The concentration of this presence and activity in one part of the county has created a sense of exclusion and unequal treatment among the people of Lamu East. It is my view that the resulting imbalance between Lamu East and Lamu West runs contrary to the constitutional obligation of fairness and equitable development across all regions. Honorable Speaker, as a House, we have a duty to ensure that the constituencies represented in this House should not feel sidelined. I also urge the Executive, the Judiciary, Independent Commission, and the State Corporate to give equal attention to Lamu East in their visit, program, and service delivery. I further implore that Parliament lead this House itself to set the pace by ensuring its committees, delegation, deliberately extend their work to Lamu East, reaffirming the principle of inclusion and national cohesion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, naomba kuongezea kitu kidogo.
Dakika moja tu.
Asante. Honorable Bwana Speaker, sababu wanatoa wengi wakija Lamu County wanakwenda Lamu Magharibi, wanasema ni ghali usafiri, lakini bado kuna watu wanaishi huko. Komiti nyingi zikija wanasema ni ngumu kwenda kule na wanaogopa bahari. Sasa ilikuwa naomba hii bunge ichukue hilo jukumu, wakiwa wanakuja kule, kama ni public participation au kama ni chochote kinachofanyika Lamu, wapewe ndege, helikopta, waende kule. Isikuwe sababu kwamba watu wangu hawafikiwi kwa sababu ya pengine usafiri. Pia wale wakubwa wa zile kata ndogo za Lamu Mashariki, wote kama kashia, mhasibu na wengine wote hawakai eneo bunge langu, wanakaa Lamu Magharibi paka sasa. Nilikuwa naomba iwe kuanza leo, wale wote ambao anafaa kufanya kazi Lamu Mashariki na anafanya Lamu Magharibi watoke, tuwapatie mwezi mmoja. Kama hawawezi kwenda kukaa Lamu Mashariki na watu wao, watoke kwa ofisi, watoto wetu waandikwe makazi. isiyo wamekaa Lamu Mashariki na kwangu watu wanaumia. Mpaka sasa Bwana Spika, mtu kwangu kupata stakabadhi za kuzaliwa inamchukua shilingi 8,000 kutoka Kiunga, inamchukua shilingi 3,000 kutoka Kizingitini, aje Lamu Magharibi kuja kutukua tu hiyo birth certificate. Inaniuma sana. Bwana Spika, hata wewe ni mwalimu, birth certificate unajua zina muaffect vipi mwanafunzi. Hii mambo ya names hawapati kuwekwa.
Tafadhali uwe mfupi, sababu mwenyewe uliandika statement yako na hata ukaandika mambo yote. Tafadhali malizia.
Sasa nataka watu wajue hivi hapa, nataka hata wewe ujue kwamba names kama haandikwi hapati pesa ya capitation, hapati vitabu. Sasa ukikosa hizo vitu vote, kisha mnafanya mtihani mmoja na wanafunzi wote Kenya. Na ukifanya mtihani mmoja na wanafunzi wote Kenya, ndio zile results zinakuja ma D- na D na E. Hizo zinachangia insecurity, ukosefu wa usalama. Asante.
Honorable member, you had a chance to put all that in the statement, and this house would have still appreciated the entire speak. Thank you. Let's move to the next order, which is the responses to statements. And the first one we begin with is a response to the Honorable Mark Mwenje, Embakasi West, Honorable Ali Wario, MP Gassen, and Honorable Rahim Dawood, MP North Imenti, by the Chair, Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations, on inclusion of various sub-counties in the upcoming Kenya Defense Forces recruitment exercise. Is the Chair in the House? Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member for Garsen, Embakasi West and North Imenti constituencies, Honorable Ali Wario, Honorable Mark Mwenje and Honorable Rahim Dawood, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44 2C, requested statements from the Cabinet Secretary for Defense concerning the upcoming Kenya Defense Forces recruitment. The members specifically sought clarification on the following. Number one, inclusion of candidates from Tarasa and Kokane sub-counties in the upcoming Kenya Defense Forces recruitment program. Number two is the criteria used by the Kenya Defense Forces in designating recruitment centers in Nairobi City. And the last one, which is the third one, is inclusion of Imenti East sub-county in the upcoming Kenya Defense Forces recruitment. Honorable Speaker, the committee engaged the Ministry of Defense on the above concerns raised by honorable members, and I therefore wish to respond to these issues as follows. The Kenya Defense Forces carries a constitutional mandate of safeguarding the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic. To sustain this mandate, KDF regularly replenishes its ranks to offset attrition, expand units, and integrate specialized capabilities. Recruitment follows the Constitution of Kenya 2010, which requires national security organs to reflect the nation's diversity and inclusivity, offering young citizens an opportunity to serve with discipline, patriotism, and pride. The upcoming nationwide recruitment exercise is scheduled to commence on 13th of October 2025, covering all 412 sub-counties, as provided by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration over a 2-week period. To uphold public trust, KDF has launched an online recruitment management system to ensure transparency, fairness, and merit-based selection. Honorable Speaker, it's important for members to note that, and this has been an attribute of conmen, that no calling letters will be issued manually. People have been paying money, to crooks out there, and then they provide letters that look very much like those ones that are issued by the KDF, only to get to the recruiting, to the training center, and they are turned away, giving our military a very bad name. Yet, those are letters that are manufactured by crooks. They take money from innocent Kenyans who are seeking recruitment, and then they are turned away during recruitment. So that exercise will not happen this time around because biometrics will be taken, like I stated, and no calling letters will be issued manually. Biometrics and electronic data will be captured in the centers preventing post-exercise manipulation. Just to break it down for members to understand is those who will have been recruited in the centers, their data will be captured and a message will be sent to them on when to report, and they will report without any letters. So the conmen who are fond of issuing letters during recruitment will definitely not have a field day this time round. Honorable Speaker, on inclusion of Tarasa and Kokane sub-counties, this is for Honorable Ali Wario. As of August 2025, the recognized administrative units of Tana River County are Tana River, Galle, I don't know if I will read this properly, but let me try, Galle Yetu, but it's pronounced differently. Tana North, spelled differently rather, Bangale and Tana Delta. Although Tarasa is not listed as a county, it is recognized as one of the 3 divisions within the Tana Delta and duly considered. Honorable Wario, I hope you captured that. Candidates from Tarasa and Kokane will not be disadvantaged. They will be considered based on their division of domicile. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Mwenje, on criteria used designated recruitment centers in Nairobi County. Just to mention, Honorable Speaker, this matter is in court. Today, both parties appear in court. Tomorrow, they will also appear in court, and a ruling will be made in the course of the week. So I will not delve much into this matter, but let me just raise this issue to Honorable Mwenje, that KDF selects centers based on accessibility, fairness, and efficiency. In Nairobi County, Nyayo Stadium, Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, and Jamhuri grounds are designated due to, number 1, central location and ease of access. Number 2, spacious facilities, enabling efficient accommodation and transport connectivity. And number 3, proven record in hosting past successful recruitment exercises. The choice of these centers considers logistics, expected turnout, and demographic equity guided by 2019 Kenya consensus data from Kenya National Bureau of Standards. Just for the comfort also of Honorable Mwenje and members, is that the KDF Act only gives recruiting centers as county headquarters. But because they want to be as fair as possible, that is why they moved it further to sub-counties. But the Act provides that it should be done in the county's headquarters. Honorable Speaker, on inclusion of Imenti East sub-county, this is for Honorable Rahim Dawood. As of August 2025, Meru County administrative units include Meru Central, Igembe South, Igembe Central, Igembe North, Tigania East, Tigania West, Tigania Central, Buri East, Buri West, and Imenti North. Candidates from Imenti East will not be disadvantaged. They will be considered from their division of domicile. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, the Ministry assures the people of Kenya that no location will be disadvantaged, as all divisions are represented based on population and demographics. The Ministry of Interior continues to update gazetted administrative units, which informs KDF planning for subsequent recruitment drives. The 2025 KDF recruitment drive is a strategic investment in Kenya's future unity and security, conducted transparently and inclusively. It reaffirms KDF's commitment to safeguarding sovereignty and nurturing patriotic generation ready to serve. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, allow me to add this point. I will really prevail on members, particularly those who have concern, that sometimes it is quicker and easy if we are able to engage as members. I'm very available because of purposely for this exercise that is going to take a month. Some of the issues that are being raised can quickly be addressed by a phone call that I can make to the ministry, and we address it as quick as possible. When we have these exchanges, sometimes it takes time because of the bureaucracy. By the time it gets to the ministry and gets back, yet a response that we'll have gotten here, Honorable Speaker. So I want to indulge members that if it is possible, I will prefer that we handle this thing off the plenary and make sure that all the questions that you raised, I am able to, or any member of my committee is able to address as quick as possible. Most of these cases that appear and are coming up now are almost similar in nature. It's either administrative unit that has been forgotten or some centers that have been misspelled, or, the normal cases that we have and people feeling disadvantaged. I really want to prevail on members that I am available. The Ministry of Defense is available to respond to all the questions that you might have. And for better serving the members, because this is an extremely contentious issue, I'm saying I'll be availing myself for the entire month for the questions that you have. Let us sit down, let's build consensus so that we can have a transparent process as possible. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and I submit.
Very well. Is the Honorable Mwenje in the House? And if you are the three of you, then each Honorable just one bite. Beginning with Honorable Mwenje.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me start by expressing my utmost disappointment in the response that I've received. Honorable Speaker, it's true that this matter has gone to court, and all 19 members of Parliament from Nairobi are the petitioners. Honorable Speaker, this came as a result of us engaging. I want to start from where the Honorable Nelson Koech ended. We wrote a letter, and I'm glad he's here today, Honorable Koech. We've not been able to find you for quite some time. We wrote a letter. 19 members of Parliament. The first challenge we faced is that you cannot deliver a letter at Ulinzi House, at DOD, because you are not even granted access to get in there. We managed to get in there, served a letter, and requested for a response within 7 days. 7 days, 8 days later, there was no response from the Cabinet Secretary. Members of Parliament from Nairobi held a press conference. That is when DOD felt they would now want to engage us. Now let us go into the response that is given us. He said there are 412 sub-counties. They got the list, so they know the total number of sub-counties. In Nairobi alone, we have a population of 5.5 million. Honorable Speaker, just for the record, we have 17 constituencies in Nairobi and 18 sub-counties. The Kasarani constituency, which is one of the largest, has 2 sub-counties. So, Honorable Speaker, in his response from the Cabinet Secretary, is that out of 17 constituencies, 18 sub-counties, there'll only be 3 recruitment centers. While in the other 273 constituencies, we have 290 constituencies, Honorable Speaker. 273, remove the 17 from Nairobi. 273, there will be recruitment in the 273 constituencies. But when you come to Nairobi, that is where you draw the line. That's where you say, no, those people from Embakasi West, Embakasi East, Makadara, can you all pile up into Nyayo Stadium, and then we are going to make you line up there and recruit. Let me remind him of the numbers in Nairobi. We have 5.5 million people in Nairobi. Which other county can boast of such numbers? When it comes to even voters, we have over 3 million votes. Who else has those kind of numbers? So how can he explain to us that the DOD finds it fit in Nairobi because I don't have a stadium in Embakasi West, there's no stadium in Embakasi East, there's no stadium in Kibra. Honorable Speaker, when it comes to police recruitment, they are doing it in the 17 sub-counties in Nairobi. They've combined only one, the one in Kasarani, but they're doing it here. When it came to prison constables, they recruited in the 17. Now, Honorable Speaker, when he says we don't have facilities in Nairobi, is the Cabinet Secretary trying to tell me that in the other 273 constituencies, and let me be clear that it's not 273 venues, because when you go to Kiambu, there are 12 constituencies, but recruitment areas are about 16. Is he saying that in all these areas, and I apologize, I don't refer to him, it's just because it's the one who's read, but it's from the Cabinet Secretary. Is she saying that there are stadiums in all the other constituencies? Is that what you're saying? Because we have the fields like everyone else. We know where you're going to recruit in Githongori, or Kiambu, or Thika, or Manya. We know it's enough open field which will be marked. People will be running around. What is this special thing that is out there that we as Nairobi do not have, Honorable Speaker? Now, he has said the act. She has said, I apologize. The Cabinet Secretary said that the act provides for recruitment at sub-counties, at county level. Then why don't you change the advert, make it fair for all of us? Recruit at county, only 47 centers. Let's see if that will be approved. Because why would you say the act says this, so you implement that here in Nairobi, but when you go to other areas, you decide to do something else? So, Honorable Speaker,
great.
I could go into so many things, but one of the reasons why we are against it, this is a bad precedent. The police have recruited at sub-county. When it comes to teachers, they've been recruited at sub-county. When it comes to even NGC, CARA projects, they are done even at sub-county. We even have our own DCCs anyway. If the Cabinet Secretary is allowed to do this, it's only a matter of time before all the gains we have gained as Nairobi start being eroded. That is why, Honorable Speaker, I'll not go into the details because I have our legal arguments, but because the matter is sub judice, I'll not pursue it further. But I will tell them, and I want to make this very clear, Honorable Speaker. This is discrimination against Nairobi.
Very well.
Just a second, Honorable Speaker. And the 3.5 million voters we have in Nairobi, and we will hit 4 million, we will remind them that this is what you're doing to us. We are hoping that the courts will give us orders, but if we don't get, we will remind them. And for CS Tuya, we know she hates Nairobi, and we're going to keep that in mind. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Order, Honorable Mwenje. If you have to discuss anyone, then you have to bring a substantive motion. Okay. Do we have the Honorable, also interested in this matter, Honorable Ali Wario? Be brief, because you are three of you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thank the Chair for the response, but not satisfactory. Honorable Speaker, Garseni constituency is 16,000 square kilometers. Initially, before this administration came in, we had only one sub-county called Tana Delta. Honorable Speaker, the CS, Honorable Tuya, was once in this house, and she was in Speaker's panel. She actually led many sessions